Hey everyone, welcome back to more Warhammer Underworlds. I'm DisturbingPuppet. We're continuing to fight all the different warbands, playing as the Tzeentch faction here, which is the Eyes of the Nine. Definitely interesting with spells, but these guys are very weak overall. Haven't had a lot of success with them compared to most of the other factions. It's unfortunate. I think that just we're very weak. We don't have a lot of health, we don't do a lot of damage, and all that's a really bad combo. Imagine that. Alright, so we're going to play against the next one. It is kind of fun to play with the spells and stuff, though. So the next faction is the Storm of Celestus. So this is, I think, human spellcaster types, something like that. We have seen the other human spellcaster type. They did have some victory point cards that were a lot easier to get than a lot of mine. So I've actually got to do quite a lot to get victory points. And I've changed out the deck that I have for what cards will pop up, for what will pop in and give me victory points. So I actually am scoring more victory points than I have in the past. It's just still often not enough to win. So let's go Animus Forge in this. We have 4 people we want to have back, and then we could have our 2 main guys up front. And I am fine with having just a regular square old map. Objectives, we want to have some objectives like way in the back, because we have a few tricks to just kind of park somebody on objective to get a few extra victory points here and there, which does help a bit. As far as lethal hexes, let's see. I mean, this is just kind of a general mess. We could maybe play around with knocking people around in that area. Alright, we do have the lava tiles here as well, which is potentially a bit of a danger for us. What did we get? Score this end phase if you played no ploy cards. I think I only have 1 ploy in the entire deck, so that might be an easy one. Score this end phase if a surviving friendly fighter has 3 or more upgrades. We could definitely do that if we drew some upgrades. Looks like we have at least a couple. We've got to get victory points first. And score this end phase if a friendly fighter's held the same objective at the end of 2 consecutive action phases. Nice to get this early. If we get it too late, we can't even score it. So, like, one of my weak guys will just park on an objective in the back. Maybe that one, and just kind of wait it out. So we have Vital Surge. Choose a friendly fighter, remove 2 wound tokens from them. So just a little bit of a heal. Got an upgrade for regeneration. It's nice to get that early on. Extra health. +1 damage to spell. So probably like the extra health and regeneration, I might put that on Kacharik actually, because he only starts with 3. Well, he only has 3 health, which is unfortunate. And then we've got a spell here. The spell's cast. Choose enemy fighter within 4 hexes. That fighter suffers 1 damage and additional damage for each crit in the casting roll. Better to get when I have more dice for spells, but not bad. Not a bad spell. Because it'd be nice to get this as well, too. Yeah, we can live with this, I think. I don't have any ploys in my hand. The spells don't count as ploys. We just need to put upgrades on somebody. Alright. You can go ahead and go first. I don't really care about placement. It honestly doesn't matter. Let's take a look. Are you guys ranged or spell? That's a giant lightning crossbow. Drakon Celestus. So you have Thunderhead Greatbow, 3 range, 2 dice, 2 damage. That's already better than anything I have at 3 range. That's unfortunate. Heavy Stock up close. You get inspired when you successfully attack somebody. Okay. Yeah, he can actually ruin my plans because he can attack at range into the back line, which might be a bit of trouble. Let's go with my spellcaster there. Do you all do 2 damage, is my question. Yeah, 3 range, 2 damage. We'll put Kacharik up front. They might just try to focus down my leader as well, which would be a problem. Usually first thing I want to draw, like drop a blue horror out there as a way of just having some kind of a distraction. I think you're going to park on the objective over here. Do you have a weird griffin dog thing? And then we'll put you in the back in case... We could put both of them on objectives and just park them, potentially. So they're going to get to choose who goes first. They might want to, because he's got range. Okay, just going to go grab objectives. That makes me suspicious. Does that play an upgrade for free? Is that what that was? Yep. That's actually not a bad card, honestly. What do we have? Healing somebody? Yeah, we don't need to heal anybody right now. Thanks. Okay, I don't do enough damage to one-shot anybody except the Griffin. Kacharik can do 3 damage. They're a bit far away, so even if I move up, I can't get a 3 range attack off. So I think initially here, just to burn a turn and let them not do much of anything. We'll go ahead and get the blue horror out. Then maybe next we'll park somebody onto an objective. That's risky next to the lava. Let's go there. What was that? You got a victory point for something, Goofy. Crucial objective. After an opponent's activation, if you hold 2 or 4. I think he needs to hold objective number 2 or number 4. That's really situational. I probably would never pick that card to have in what would pop up, because it's so weirdly situational. Extra health on his leader. Doesn't make things any easier. Going for a shot without moving, does not connect. Yeah, I feel like these guys are just going to hang back and just do that. They're not really going to move into a position where I can use my spellcaster much. I'm going to have to move my spellcaster up into range of them to try to do something, which is not really what I want to be doing. Don't play a ploy, sure. Upgrades. Holding objectives. So we definitely want to park somebody on an objective. Let's go ahead and just do that. Nobody's in range from there. It's only got a 3 range. So let's just go ahead and have at least somebody set an objective. It feels like kind of a waste, but that's going to guarantee me a victory point. You are moving in. That's interesting. Why would you move in? I'm going to go ahead and hit you with the Racking Change spell. It's unlikely it's going to work, but we'll give it a shot. I need double lightning. Got 1. Not enough. Nobody's hurt. No healing. Yeah, I've got to make a move. But I can move up to a position where I'm adjacent to Kacharik still and try to get a spell off at range 3. So that's what I'm going to do. So that would inspire both of them if we can actually successfully cast it. I do cast it, but she blocks, so it's not going to do anything. It doesn't count as successfully cast. I can push you back, though. I think I'm not going to. Are you on an objective? You are on an objective. Yeah, I've got to knock you off the objective. There's got to be some reason why you went for that objective spot. So I get to push you, but I didn't do any damage. That is disappointing. This feels like we're playing chess at this point, the way things are going. I don't know why this is still here. Trying to make it go away. It's not. Okay, there we go. Just click on somebody else. Again, I can heal. There's no point healing. My last action. What am I gonna do? We could charge out there. I think it's gonna run me across the lethal hex tile to get there, though. What's my movement? 4? Yeah, I can't reach unless I run across the lethal hex tile, which I don't want to do. So I could move somebody else onto an objective as well. Or we could just try to have the blue horror make an attack. It only does 1 damage, but maybe it's worthwhile. Doesn't count as a spell, even though it says magical flames. Sure, let's go ahead and just try to do some damage somewhere. I do get a hit, but she got a block, so it's not going to do anything. I do get to push you further away, though. Alright, yeah. Go on that lethal X tile. So it's still like impacted, she just blocked it, essentially. That's kind of how it's sort of being portrayed. The way to think about it. Yeah, I don't know, this keeps coming up. No fighters in your territory. Got some. And something, I'm not sure what the other one was. What was the other one? Here we stand. It's going too fast. Stop. Hold 2 or more objectives. Alright, so we have upgrades and holding an objective for 2 turns. We'll have that one. We scored 1. I'm not sure actually what that was. So those are fine. We'll draw something else. So I could go ahead and get something going. +1 danger damage to all spell attack options seems quite good, or giving some extra health to Kacharik. Let's go, because this is going to be kind of a ranged fight, I think. So let's go damage on spells. Do I want to discard anything? At this point, the regeneration isn't going to be that useful, because we only get 1 at the beginning of each phase. There's only 1 more action phase to go, because we're starting the second one here momentarily. So I feel like the regeneration isn't that useful. At most, it's going to give me 1 health back. So we'll try to draw something else a bit more useful. Okay, the AI has the choice again. Gonna make me go first. What did we get? Master of Magic. 2 or more spells in a phase. Certainly possible if we drew some spells. Upgrades. We just want to put upgrades on my leader, probably. And this one we'll get for holding an objective at the end of this one. We've got Vampiric Weapon. We have the Sorcerer's Riposte, which means someone has to attack my leader and miss, and then I can try to cast this. So that's kind of difficult to do. Innate Lightning, so that's nice as well. Helps me cast spells. We got the heal, and we've got the wounds. So my attacks do count as spells, but if I move and attack, that means at most 1. And then the others are sort of conditional. Like I can try to heal somebody, or somebody attacks me and misses. I think... Not used to these guys just cowering in the back like this. I might just move up the blue horror and see if we can draw any of them forward. Because I can only get 1 spell off if they're outside of my range. With my leader. Could try to knock you off the objective. I don't know if that's really worth it. Let's go park on an objective, and we'll try to zap... let's just focus on doing some damage to someone who's actually potentially killable, if we can hit them. We completely missed, so it doesn't matter. Again, my blue horror fails me. Nobody to heal. Gonna inspire somebody. Oh, that was the thing we got. We got one for not playing a ploy. That was the one that we triggered. Upgrade there. Critical hit. +2 damage. Fine. Go for it. Enjoy. Have fun. I don't know. Whatever. What are you going to do? See, they're just going to stay put, most likely, and just shoot at me. Okay, that does kill the horror, but they don't get a victory point for it, because it just turns into a different kind of horror. You gotta kill him twice to get a single victory point out of him. But yeah, they're just gonna hang out in the back here, not do anything. I'll cover you. Let's all cover you. You have not yet made an attack. Each time a friendly fighter within 3 hexes is the target of an attack, they are supporting fighter. So it helps them like give a little bit more defense. So it counts as just having somebody next to you for blocking. Now we can't heal what's already gone and dead, so that's fine. I think I'm going to have to move my guy up. That one. Zealous Defender. Consider to have additional supporting fighter when they are holding an objective. You are holding an objective. Okay. I can't kill anybody. I can do a couple points of damage with a spell. But I've got to move and attack to do that. Everyone's out of range of Kacharek. We could start moving him in. Just move him forward. It probably means he'll just get shot to pieces, most likely. I feel like that is the most likely outcome. But I do have some ways that I can do some attacks back. So I want to move up so I've got at least a couple people in range. And then we'll go for a shot. Do we hurt the weak guy, or do we knock you off the objective? I feel like either one is a decent option. Let's just try to get somebody hurt. Got a crit. Good. So we do actually successfully cast. That means I will be inspired. So now I'll do some extra damage. And I'm not going to move you, because I want to just be able to kill you off at some point down the road, hopefully. Again, healing. No healing I can do. Is this in the phase? Okay. Attacking my leader, but they did get a crit. So even though I successfully rolled a couple evasions there, it just wasn't going to work. Crit always works. +1 defense. What are you playing? +1 defense, each friendly fighter holding an objective. So now I can go ahead and try to heal. We need double lightning, which isn't too likely. Yeah, we failed to get it. I have to successfully cast the spells for them to count. My Sorcerer's Riposte would need that attack on Vortimus to have missed, and then I could have done a counterattack back. I can do a point of damage with the Brimstone Horrors. So you know what? Let's try to kill your one guy here. Let's see if we get lucky. Nope, we got a crit. Nice. Alright, we kill somebody. And I did it with a little tiny Brimstone Horror. And we got a hit, so we can go for another attack. Let's go ahead and go for you. Double crit. Look at that. Wow. He got a crit too, but I got double, so that is going to be a hit. Do a point of damage, and I'm going to knock you off the objective. Excellent, excellent. Okay. So, what we want to do, I've only got one upgrade I can do. If I kill somebody with this, we can get a health back, so we could try to go with that on my leader, or we could just give him the extra health. I think the health is going to be more important so we don't get just one shot and killed. Normally I would probably put this on Kacharek and charge in, but we're kind of playing a range game here. He's going to just move up and try to shoot me. Nope, going for the horror, I think. I hope. Yeah. Horror is dead. Fortunately, that is a victory point. So now he's inspired too. He might do more damage now as well. That's still 2. Okay. For my activation, I don't have a lot going on back here. I'm just going to charge them with Kacharek and just see if we can maybe cause a bit of panic next time. Because he can do 3 damage with a hit. Yeah, he's just focusing on grabbing these objectives. Okay, we get the hold objective for 2 turns, so that gives us 1 point. 2 or more spells, doable if they're within range. 3 more upgrades, also doable if we can get... Actually, we can upgrade right now, I think. So yeah, we're fine on that. As long as my leader survives. I'm upgraded, so I should do 3 damage on my spells now, because I already have the upgrade to do +1 damage. So let's go Vampiric Weapon on my leader. I think that will work. And then I don't think I want to discard anything. Sorcerer's Riposte could still potentially get some damage off. I'd love to be able to also throw the Sorcerer's Adept out there, but I can't because I don't have another victory point to use. I would like to go first here. 3 more upgrade cards were played. Score this if you have no something. What was that one? No more tricks. Stop it. No power cards. Okay. I would definitely like to go first, but it kind of depends on what I've got in my hand. Okay, I think I have the choice. Yeah, let's see what we got. Score this friendly fighter takes a fighter out of action with at least 3 hexes from that fighter. I'd have to back off to do that. Potentially doable. 2 or more spells, doable. We'll definitely get that one. But even if I get all of these, that's only 3 more points. It only gets me to 6. It's possible. So this spell, enemy fighter within 4 hexes, they take a point of damage, although it should be 2. We got the Gambit. Innate Lightning for your first spell. Upgrade. You can roll an extra dice when casting a spell. We got the Riposte still, and we have the Innate Lightning still. I think I would like to go first. So if everything is working the way I think. It does 2, but it should be +1 to spell effects. So if I can kill this guy, if I can hit him, I should kill him, and I should get health back. I don't have to move. We just cast the spell, go for a zap. Did cast it, but he blocked. So I got 1, he got 1, so that's just going to cancel out. Activation holds. So he got something there because he was holding objectives during my activation. I didn't get a push there, which is odd. Let's go ahead and go for the sphere. So we do get it. So I can do a couple, should be 2 points of damage. It might only be 1, because of the way that works. It might only be upgrading my basic attack, or it might be affecting spell cards as well, I'm not sure. If I can do 2 damage, oh, that opens up a lot of possibilities, because he does 3. But so do I. So we could even get his leader knocked down to 3 with a hit. If it actually does 2. But it might not actually do 2. That's what I'm a bit concerned about. So I'm going to spread the damage here. Yeah, it only did 1. And this isn't going to matter at this point because the enemy's about to take the turn. Yeah, so it only affects my attack. Ooh, Formless Key. Alright, we definitely need to kill you then. That's a priority before the end of things. That's an extra victory point, but we're so far behind, I don't think there's any way I can win this. Greatbow block. Each time a friendly fighter other than Sleek is dealt damage in the next activation, reduce that damage to 1. That's not nice. So that basically means we can only really kill Sleek. So this guy in our next activation. That is unfortunate. The lightning doesn't help me if I want to cast with my leader. Fortunately, I'm too close for that one to trigger. 2 more spells. We've got the upgrades. Yeah, I feel like there's not much point doing that. Yeah, so we're kind of have to go after him because I can't do any damage to anybody else. So let's just go ahead and zap him without moving, so I can still just keep hitting. Did get a crit. He got a crit, but I also... Oh, that's actually not a hit. The lightning isn't a hit on that spell. It's the swirly ball that's a hit. That is unfortunate. Everything's falling apart now. We're just not getting the dice I need. I thought, hey, crit, we're going to get it. Nope. Should kill Kacharik. Yeah, 2 damage. So on my turn, I'm either charging with Kacharik to kill this guy in the back, or I'm zapping him to kill him on the objective. But I kind of have... He's worth more victory points. I think I have to kind of go for that. And the lightning doesn't help me, so there's no point doing that. But I don't want to spend all of my actions doing that. It's the 3rd action, though, so I could move away and try to kill him, because that's an extra victory point that way. Which means we hope Kacharik doesn't die, so that on my last action we can charge in the back and kill him. That's a lot of ifs to get a couple victory points. We completely missed. That's super disappointing. Alright. Wonderful. Now watch Kacharik just get shot to pieces here. What are you doing? He's moving in on my guy in the back. That wasn't expected. I already got the victory point for him. I don't have anything on him to get me extras. You're not on an objective, right? Yeah, you're just next to an objective. So instead of getting the extra victory points, he just went for potentially preventing me from getting victory points. Well, that's unfortunate. So yeah, all I can really do to potentially get victory points is to charge somebody with Kacharik and try to get a kill. So that's what I'm going to do. There's nothing else I can do. He moved and attacked to try to get us the victory points to take him out, and it failed. Your leadership has been a complete failure. So we're just going to go in for a big ol' swipe in the back. Double hit. He got a reroll. Did not help him. Dead. Okay, so I do have spells potentially. What do we have? I can put it... Basically, I just have upgrades. So yeah. Useless upgrades at this point. This would have been nice to have earlier. We could have had rerolls on Vortimus. That would have helped me a lot. I mean, I guess I'll put it on him. I don't know what else I'm going to do. Watch him just absolutely murder Kacharik now. Oh, he wants to get on the objective. Interesting. And he does kill me as well. So he probably has some extra victory point conditions for being on the objective at the end. Yeah, I wish Kacharik had a bit more health. I do have something in the deck that I can draw as an upgrade that would give him extra health in exchange for losing some movement. But I haven't ever actually been able to get it to go and work. It just hasn't come up at a time when it's been useful. Like, it's come up, I've drawn it like after Kachark is dead, I think once. Nothing I can do. Get to 5. A lot of that was, I would have gotten a bit more if my dice rolls were a bit better. But I think still then, even if I'd been able to do, we'd kill him, get 1 for 3. I think we would have had maybe 3 or 4 more victory points there, would have been about it. A disappointing result, for sure. I feel like if we'd killed some guys earlier on, though, they wouldn't have been able to score as many victory points, so it could have gone a little bit better for us. But it seems like with this one, even with the changes I've made, like before I made changes, I was lucky to get 5 or 6. Now I can often get about 10-ish. It just depends on how the dice rolls go. Another unfortunate defeat. I do think it's fun playing with the spells, but I do feel like this warband is definitely not as good as the others. But we're still going to run through and fight all the warbands with them anyway, because that's just what we do. Alright, this has been more of Warhammer Underworlds. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, have a good one.